This week, Tom Hanks re-teams up with legendary Steven Spielberg for the Cold War drama based on a true story, Bridge of Spies. Hey guys, welcome back to Monday Morning Critic. I'm Krisily Kennedy, and this week I'm reviewing Bridge of Spies. This is based on a true story that takes place in the Cold War. The CIA goes to an American lawyer to try to arrange a trade between a Soviet spy that we have arrested and an American soldier who was gunned down in a plane and the Soviets have in jail. Tom Hanks plays a lawyer named James Donovan who's hired to represent the Soviet spy because he has to have a due process because we're America and that's what we do. The citizens, not too happy about it, but James Donovan takes his job very seriously, and because of how seriously he takes it, he talks them into keeping this Soviet spy alive because we're at war, and what would happen if one of our soldiers ended up in the Soviets' hand? We would need him in a handoff, and that's exactly what happened. And I have to also be honest that Steven Spielberg, yes, he's amazing, he's legendary, but the last movie was, you can never doubt him because just when you doubt him, he puts out a movie like this. This movie, by the way, Oscar contention is not even a question. Tom Hanks is amazing. Mark Rylance, who plays the Soviet spy who we have in jail, is impeccable. There's so many moments in this movie that I expected to be very slow and very drawn out. I can't tell you how many times I laughed during this movie, which I was so surprised by. Austin Stowell is also in this movie, who you know from Dolphin Tale, great movie, also on the show Public Morals. And he plays the American soldier who's shot down in a plane who is spying on the Soviet Union. He's their spy. He was a bad guy. Not really for us, he was a good guy, but for them he was a bad guy. You were taken back to the Cold War. Nothing felt contrived. It didn't feel like a set. It felt like you were really there. There was action, there was suspense, and not the suspense that you get in like a Mission Impossible movie, but the suspense where you're at the edge of the seat, like, is this gonna happen? Are we gonna get our guy back? And I mean, obviously, historically, you can look up and see if we got our guy back, but you still feel that in the movie, and it was done in such an amazing way that I cried at the end of the movie, and I know I cry at everything. You guys are gonna laugh, because I do. I cry at everything. But I did, it was a very emotional movie. I'm so glad that this movie was not the sleeper I thought it was gonna be, because I was highly entertained, and the acting was amazing, and I smell an Oscar for Tom Hanks. I'm just gonna go out and say it, I do. Or maybe even for Steven Spielberg, it might happen. Make sure you guys come back right here on this couch and meet me Monday morning for next week's Monday Morning Critic to find out which movie I will be telling you about. See you next week.